How's it going? Tobin, back in the den, episode 16 in my razor review series, the Alpha Ecliptic. The black one is unobtainium. You can't buy it. It's no longer made, but it is exactly the same razor as this blue one that is currently on the market and available on their website right now. I've had this since it was brand new. I purchased it on PAA 4 or 5 years ago, whenever it came out. We had the black one. The black one went away. I missed it, meant to get around to buying it, I never did. I bought this secondhand from my friend Matthew. But this one I've had for years, and I love it. The exact same razor, just a different color. With this being this first slant review in the series, real briefly, I want to talk about the two different types of slant razor. There's the diagonal head, which the Alpha Ecliptic is, and then there's the torqued head. The torqued head, I most often think of with the Monster Slant series. You got all the different colors, have my red one taken apart right here, and then like the blue one. And with it, you're literally torquing the blade. So with a diagonal, like the Alpha Ecliptic, you're just taking the blade and slanting it. But with a torqued, you're doing exactly that. You're twisting the blade. So inside this head, the blade gets twisted. Two different types. It's a matter of personal preference. Whole other ball game that I'm not going to go into in this video. But just so you know, two types of slants, the diagonal and the torqued. I love both. Ever since my top 10 slant review, razor review countdown video, people have been asking me to review the Alpha Ecliptic. Back when I did my review for Blue Moon Bay Rum, I started doing a whole bunch of experiments with this razor, different blades, using both of them. I have a blade in the blue one, but not the black one. Really seeing what the razor was capable of, pushing it further than I had pushed it with just my daily shaves. Real quick, one razor that I do want to get around to doing, I've had this one for a while. I did not have the Razor Rock Super Slant at the time of that top 10. Had I had this razor then, it would have made that list. This one will probably be the razor that I review next. It's been a little more complicated just because I have 4 plates for it. So I've been trying to take my time, really get to know the razor. You're here for the Alpha Ecliptic. It's a diagonal slant. With the series, we're going to follow the same format that we've done in the previous 15. With this video, whatever I was saying, we're going to follow the same format as we have with the previous 15. First, we're going to take a look at the efficiency score with it, the blade gap, and whether or not it's a positive exposure. The blade gap is fairly substantial. 0.050 of an inch. That equates to, according to Google and the math that it did, 1.27 millimeters. Now, my math can be off just a little bit because all I'm using is just an OEM filler gauge. So it might be 0.49, it might be 0.51, but I'm going with 0.050 of an inch. Putting that in perspective, right up there, with some razors that you might be familiar with. The exposure is positive. Now, what's cool about this razor is it's efficient, but not aggressive. I do believe there's a huge difference between the two words, and just by looking at the dictionary, you can see the difference. I try not to apply the word aggressive. It's ingrained in my brain from years ago. When I started out wet shaving, everybody used the word aggressive and mild. This razor is efficient, but it is not mild. But it is not aggressive. It is efficient, but not aggressive. For an efficiency score, I'm going to give it a 7. Next, we'll take a look at the symmetry score with it. The knurling, that's the grip of the handle. The blade tabs, whether or not they're exposed, and the weight and balance of the razor. The knurling, we'll talk about it more in a second, isn't the best, and that's because of the materials that it's made out of. It is an aluminum razor made out of 70-75 aluminum, but it's not bad either. And the way that you hold it is right up here, and that is your balance point right here. I always have a hard time doing this on video. I have no problem doing it when I'm just sitting there by myself. So the balance point is right here where it needs to be. That's because you're going to hold the razor like so. You got the little spot here for your finger, put it at the bottom, and you're shaving like this. So when I hold it like this, it's not slippery. Now, if I slide my hands up and down it, it is slippery. So it's not sharp at all. It's not ultra grippy. The blade tabs stick out a little bit, like you can see there in the photo. Not bad, but it is something that you need to be mindful of if you shave your mustache. Weight and balance is perfect, like with every razor that you're going to buy from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Only reason why I'm dinging the razor is in the symmetry score would be because of the knurling. 5 being average, 10 being like the very best. I'm going to give it a 6. When it comes to a symmetry score, it's a little better than average. Next, we take a look at the tolerance score. That's blade alignment and chatter. How easy it is to align the blade when you put it into the top cap and then you put your base plate on. How much thought you have to give into making sure that the blade is perfectly aligned for a great shave. And then chatter, whether or not the blade is vibrating in there unnecessarily. This razor, in that regard, for a tolerance, is a home run. The alignment, you don't even have to think about it. Put the blade in the top cap, put it together, you're good to go. Chatter, I've never really noticed any. The razor is loud. You get a lot of audible feedback, which is good. I prefer audible feedback because of the aluminum, and I think in part maybe because of that blade gap. But with the diagonal head, the way that it is making contact with the skin, I have not noticed any chatter in all my shaves. And every blade that I've ever put in it has delivered a damn fine shave. And I've used just about every blade that you could possibly think of, including a blade that I don't use very often that I just pulled out that I had forgotten about, Treat New Edge. I had a great shave with that last night in this razor. I think I had it in the black one. I used the Treat Platinum in the blue one and a New Edge in the black one. I haven't found a bad blade in this razor. I love it. Tolerance score, 9.5. 10 being the very best tolerances ever. 9.5. I don't like to give things a 10. Try to reserve 10s for the truly phenomenal. Next, we're going to take a look at the permanence score, and that's durability and construction materials. As I said, aluminum 70-75. Durability, I don't see any reason why this razor won't outlive us. It is solid. As solid as aluminum can be. If this was stainless steel, I would give it a 10. It's not. I'm going to give it a 9 for a permanent score. But there should be no reason that with just a little bit of TLC that this razor won't last for generations. Absolutely no reason at all. I have, vintage Gillettes like the blue tip that has an aluminum handle. And a lot of those blue tips from the 1950s are still in great shape today. This is made with a better aluminum and it's thicker. The blue tip is hollow. So if a Gillette blue tip can survive 70 years, there's no reason why this shouldn't last 70 or 150 years. Friendliness to new wet shavers. As always, if somebody reaches out to me and they've never purchased a razor before, I would recommend them spending somewhere between $30 to $50. There's razors that I have in mind that I would direct them to. That's not what this video is about. Between $30 and $50 though. Don't want a piece of junk, and you don't want to spend too much in case wet shaving is not for you and you never use it again. And you go back to the cartridges, or you just, do the Grizzly Adams and you let it all hang out. 10 being, I would recommend it in a heartbeat. 5 being, maybe. I'm going to give this a 6. I think that if this is your second or third or more razor, I would recommend this all day long. But for your very first razor, I would be hesitant and, maybe not recommend it to you. So for that, I'm going to give it a 6. Because it is really well made, because it's efficient but not aggressive, I'm going to give it a 6. Friendliness to new wet shavers. Overall value, everything we talked about above. How much I feel like I got my money's worth when I purchased this. It currently retails for $69.95 on Phoenix Artisan's website. I don't remember what I paid for it when I bought it. It might have been that. It might have been less. I don't know. I can't even tell you what I paid at McDonald's a couple of weeks ago. It's probably too much. Also factoring in the price of other slant razors on the market today. I thought I do. Comparing it directly to the Merkur 39C. If you know me, I love Merkur razors. I have 3 Merkur slants. I have a vintage 37. I lost my vintage 39C. I didn't actually lose it. I gave it away. Shouldn't have given it away. It was a 1980s one. Cool box. But, and then I had the 37C modern, and then this 39C. The 39C is currently selling on average for about $65. Right now, Amazon has it on sale for $59. So everything we talked about above, plus what other comparable slant razors are going for on the market today, I'm going to give this a 9. It is a great razor. I love it because of this unique design, and what this razor is based on. The, damn it, Tobin, I didn't write it down, the wall something or other, humpback, yakety schmackety. What's really cool about this razor is that you get this perfect alignment to where you put it against your face, and because of the way that the head is shaped, it kind of forces you to use it right. Now, you might want to ride the cap, but if you buy this razor and you've never used it, just experiment with it, place it against your head, against your face, the way that it's designed, and then just kind of play with it just a little bit. But if it's your first time ever using a razor like this, just go with what feels natural, and I really think you're going to get a damn fine shave. I have not found a bad razor, or a bad razor blade in this razor. I haven't. I've enjoyed every single one. It's a little big things, my friends. As always in this series, it's value. I feel like I got my value. I would recommend this razor to all experienced wet shavers. And I would buy it again if anything happened to this. I really would. That's why I own 2. I already owned this one when I bought this one off of my buddy. You guys take care, and I'll see you next time.